All right, Spurs night, June 13th, halftime show. Welcome, my friends. We're here to talk about some stupid Texas politics and national, but everybody knows Trump's stupid. Let us fill you in on the GOP Republican platform that these idiots have come up with. Actually, I like the fact that they're so stupid. This is what they're going to run on in the next year. This is how out of touch these people are. They are going to ban, the only people who can now mail in vote are if you're disabled. That's it. So anybody over 65, you can no longer mail in your ballot because there's too much fraud. Yeah, obviously there's fraud everywhere. Really? Well, then you got to show your ID. We got no problem with showing ID, okay? But you're going to ban seniors from mailing in their ballots in Texas?
They're just trying to avoid the obvious with Trump's failed policies and everything else he's trying to do. Trying to get our minds off of the stupid war we're in.
Well, no, these are Texas Democrats. These are Texas Republicans,
but still, you got to tie them all in together. They're the MAGA party. It's not the Republican Party. As a distraction.
But right. So, yeah, Trump is also against mail-in ballot voting because there's too much fraud. He has no proof. He's never won a court case.
Talarico's going to wipe the floor with Paxton.
Well, now the polls right now have them dead even. So they're
maybe not.
I think so. So we just watched the new Spurs, the new ad for one team, Talarico. The ad, I think the ad's great. Well, I mean, because the ad is designed for people in Texas, so it's he's basically saying in the ad, hey, the Spurs are great because they share. They're not ball hogs. They work together. The ad is fantastic. I think with enough money, Talarico can win this. At the very least, we're going to drain a lot of money from the Republicans and Trump's past. So Greg Abbott came out during this Republican convention or whatever. And so Greg Abbott's key policy in the upcoming next legislative session is abolishing property taxes for your homestead house, your main house, which is going to totally destroy education. I think Texas is 40. So, if you take all the money out of it, hey, I guess if you're 40, if they figure it can't get any worse.
They're trying to privatize everything. Now they're going to try to privatize education.
Right, yeah, which makes sense. Like, if you can afford to go to a private school, you should. And then those who can't, you don't even need an education. Or just hang out with some...
I guess go be a ditch digger.
Yeah, go, you know what? We're going to just have
a ditch digging degree.
All the public school people going to the Spurs Center and just, sit in the stands and work on homework for a few hours. But with no money, I don't know how you guys are going to run an education system. So thanks, Greg Abbott. What an idiot.
Sorry.
You shouldn't call him a cripple fuck. So now, Lieutenant Dan, governor in Texas, he wants to ban all THC and marijuana products. But the governor, so Greg Abbott, Dan Patrick tried to pass that through, but Greg Abbott actually vetoed that bill. Said, no, let's just ban recreational marijuana, and we need to only have regulated medical marijuana. Yeah, Greg Abbott is probably getting some serious donations from that industry, but I'd imagine the medical marijuana section is small compared to the recreation. So they want to shut down all the shops in Texas that the marijuana. They want to shut anything with THC. They just want to do away with it, unless you have a medical. All right, so then ballots are Spanish and English on both sides. Now it's just English. No, if you don't know English, then you don't need to be voting. And here's the other, the race for Attorney General is, so Chip Roy lost to a guy on the right, to the right of Chip Roy called Mays Middleton or something like that. And the GOP platform and Mays Middle have now come out and they said that they're going to ban, Sharia law. Yeah, so now we need to ban Sharia law, so Sharia law will now be considered organized crime. Guys, it's not even a law. It's just a religious philosophy that people... So now that in Texas, you can be denaturalized, deported. So your citizenship can be taken away, and you can be... So if you're an American, and I don't know, they determine that you are, have Sharia law somewhere, then they're going to take away your citizenship and deport you to, I don't know. If you've been here all your life, where do you go? To Shariaville?
To Greenland.
Right. Greenland. You're going to go to Greenland. And then also, they want to ban abortion pill trafficking. So now there's trafficking in abortion pill. And here's what else they want to do. They want to ban fetal life destruction from IVF and commercial surrogacy. So no more commercial surrogate. So no, if you're 35 and you want somebody else to carry your child, no, you can't pay a lady to be your surrogate. And if you're infertile, you want to have a baby, no, cannot do that because that's somehow destruction. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with it. I just think that's once again, another way to distract from other problems.
Rents are high, food is high. Yeah, nobody's worried about Sharia law.
Nobody's worried about that, and this.
Well, also, now if you have an abortion, that's going to be a criminal penalty. So you're going to go to jail if you are caught having an abortion. Next, they went on to determine that homosexuality is a choice, and they're going to ban gender-affirming care for anybody between 18 and 26.
Again, more bullshit. To me, it's just more distraction on trying to flare up the culture wars. Again, just like Tallarico said, would you rather be dealing with culture wars, real wars? This idiot's got us in a real war, screwing everybody over, and the whole country knows it. The Republicans know it. That's why they're coming up with these culture topics.
Although Trump is saying they're going to sign tomorrow, Sunday, they're supposed to sign a peace deal with Iran.
It's not going to mean anything because Israel is still going to keep bombing.
Yeah, the Israelis are crazy. They're out of control.
And it's still going to be conflict in that area. So, and this is all Trump's fault because he started this. So, in my opinion, it's just, again, more of the same bullshit from the Republicans because they know that all their policies, I mean, Trump's approval rate is like 32%.
Yeah, and what I don't understand is, like, I have friends, Republicans, and I don't understand.
They're not addressing what everybody's concerned about. And everybody's concerned about gas prices, groceries, getting out of this stupid war. But we're not. You'll see, this whole thing's going to last 10 years, my prediction, before anything really substantial happens. We're going to be paying $4 in gas for the next 5-10 years.
Well, so now Cuba is apparently making a spectacular solar transformation like months. So China has been delivering like just boatloads of solar, and they have what now is called balcony solar. Like even if you have an apartment, it's almost like one of those giant Afghan rugs, but it's a solar rug. So now, and you can get them in anywhere. And that's how now you don't need a house with a special roof and all that, facing the sun. All you need is a balcony. So now you can get balcony solar. And that's what Cuba's doing. They're like, well, we're just gonna go solar. The reason gas prices have not gone up so much is because China has invested so heavily in electric cars, and they had a lot of reserves. So they have these huge reserves, and they're leaning hard on it. They've invested a lot in solar, so they're not as vulnerable to oil. We in the U.S. don't want to do that because we want to rely on oil. We don't want to be resilient. That would be crazy. We just we need that oil. We need that. We gotta suck that gas pump dick.
Well, we have a bigger oil lobbyist and interest like that, so that's going to keep on going.
Yeah, China doesn't really have lobbyists. They're just like, hey man, either you can go with it or you'll end up dead or in jail.
Yeah, well, I wanted to bring up the whole Trump thing with the Kennedy Center because apparently they took off his name. It happened last night or the other night, and they had to cover the whole building with a tarp, part of the building, so Trump wouldn't see them taking down his name. What a pussy.
Oh my God. So, all right, so they had to cover it up so he wouldn't hurt his feelings. Bro, you need to go to a nursing home, Mr. Trump. You need to be worrying about what's for dinner, not being president of the U.S. If you're getting upset over some dumb letters on the side of a building, this is so ridiculous.
Well, that goes to show you how much they cater to him. It's ridiculous. It's
that is, yeah.
And then the biggest pussy.
And are you guys proud of that job? Like, it's your job to cover up some letters because your boss be upset? That's so...
Between that and him for the 37th time saying that we have a deal. Last 2 months, that 37 times that we're going to sign a deal. It's going to be a great deal. It'll be the best deal we've ever had.
No, I heard it's going to be a bad deal, but it's a deal. Because they know they're going to lose the midterms. Like, the last thing that I want to discuss is this week, Jacqueline McGuire, former executive director at the FBI. So she had done an interview with Christian Amanpour, or no, it was for the New York Times. Anyway, so they were discussing about the reasons why people had gotten dismissed at the FBI. Anybody who worked on one of the Trump investigations of the 2020 January 6th. They got dismissed from the FBI because they had gotten assigned to work on that case. So they got dismissed because they had to work on a Trump investigation. Does that make sense?
In their minds, it does. It makes sense to them. It doesn't make sense to regular people because they were just doing their job.
Yeah.
But it makes sense to the Republican Party or the Trump...
Or to Kash Patel, too.
The Trump administration, yeah, because they don't want to get, Trump daddy upset. So it's just so ridiculous how the car down to him and how this is affecting everything. Literally everything in our society is being affected by this moron.
And so the reason that the FBI agents, a lot of FBI agents were fired was they were told they could not be trusted to carry out the president's agenda. Now, not because they weren't adhering to the Constitution or their past performance was bad. This is the reason they got. You cannot be trusted in carrying out the president's agenda. FBI agent.
AKA dictator.
Yeah. Are we now in a dictatorship, Mr. Kash Patel?
The Justice Department is supposed to function separately from the executive branch. It's not.
Yeah, that's right. It's supposed to be separate. It's so ridiculous.
They're going to pay in the midterms. I think the Democrats are going to take the House for sure. Maybe even the Senate. So we'll see.
They're gerrymandering their hearts out. They are just trying, and the very Republican Supreme Court has got their back 100%. So I blame Obama and I blame Biden for not doing something about the Supreme Court. So you two guys can go fuck yourselves. Stupid ass Democrats. And now we got stuck with this Supreme Court that's just out of control. With this stupid orange-headed idiot president who's demented.
Blowing farts and blaming it on
somebody. Yeah, he's blowing farts and while he's asleep. You guys have a farting dog for a president. Or we do. I feel better. I always feel better. If you listen to this all the way to the end, check out my link below for Legal Shield. Pay $30 a month or $37 for a family, and you can talk to a lawyer whenever you want. So many benefits. Watch the video below. Check it out. Think about signing up. All right, I'm gonna say goodbye.
Go Spurs, go.
I'm a Knicks and a Spurs fan, but today I'm a Spurs fan because I gotta see 7 games. So go Spurs, go. I don't know what the Knicks chant is. Do you know what it is? Oh, let's go Knicks. All right, later, Pete. Like and subscribe. Pass this on.